So hi everyone, my name is Nur Shifa Hanani from CDCS 2514B. In this video, I will demonstrate two common web application vulnerabilities using a tool called DVWA. DVWA is an insecure web application created for learning and practicing web security. It provides different levels of difficulty for a wide range of vulnerabilities and is used by security students, ethical hackers, and developers to test skills in a safe environment. It is important to note that everything shown here is done on a local machine and never attempt this technique on real website. What we are doing is strictly educational and ethical. So first of all, we can change our security level right here, DVWA security, change it to low and submit. So now our security level is set to low. I choose command injection and SQL injection. So right here is command injection. Command injection is a vulnerability that occurs when a web application pass user input directly to the server's operating system shell. If not properly sanitized, attackers can append commands and make the server execute them. This could allow access to internal data, files, or even worse. So let's try this. Right here, enter an IP address. I choose 127.0.1 NDIR. Okay, and submit it. Normally, the page expects an IP to ping, but I'll input 127.0.0.1 NDIR. Then let me change the second command. First, it runs a normal ping to the local host, but then NDIR tells the system to also execute the Windows dir command, listing the contents of the server's directory. Once submitted, we see ping output followed by a list of files. This proves we are executing the system commands from the browser. As you can see, the result includes files like index.php right here, and folders such as help and source. This confirms that our input was directly executed by the system shell, which is a serious vulnerability. In a real life, this could allow an attacker to read sensitive files, upload backdoors, or delete data. If the app runs with admin privilege, it could lead to a full server compromise. To protect against command injection, we must validate and sanitize all user input. Next, we must use safe APIs that separate inputs command like subprocess.run in Python. And last, restrict server permission to reduce damage if it exploits. Okay, next we can do the SQL injection. This happens when an application includes untrusted input in a SQL query without proper validation. Attackers can inject SQL code to bypass login systems, retrieve data, or alter database. Okay, for this demo, I will put it right here, 1 or 1 equal to 1 into the user ID field. This makes the SQL query always return true. As you can see, instead of showing one record, the app shows all user records, meaning the query logic has been broken by our injection. This tricks the SQL query into thinking the condition is always true, which causes it to return all user records from the database instead of just one. As you can see right here, it dumps all the data in the user table, even though we only enter a single ID. This is a textbook example of SQL injection and why it is so dangerous. If this vulnerability exists in a real banking or e-commerce site, an attacker could steal user data, bypass login system, or even delete the entire tables. To prevent SQL injection, we can always use prepared statements or parameterized queries. Never let the user input directly into the SQL queries. Next, we can use frameworks and ORM libraries that safely handle queries. And lastly, implement proper input validation and escape characters when necessary. So after all, DVWE is a great tool for hands-on cybersecurity learning. Through these simple demos, we saw how dangerous even a basic injection attack can be, and why secure coding practice is matter. Thanks for watching, and remember, test ethically and code securely. Thank you.